As the first jolt tore through my skull, I understood why everyone looked the way they did. Quiet wasn't peace. Quiet was punishment. Quiet was the only thing left when the pain stripped everything else away. The punishment was precise. It wasn't the chaos of violence, no smell of blood in the air, or thudding impact of blows landing. Instead, it was measured. They ratcheted up and watched for reaction. They read my face, looking for a change in pressure. If I cried, they intensified. If I held quiet, the pain loosened. Not out of mercy, but because I had fed the desired behavior. Time was a foreign concept to me in that room. The days, hours, minutes, all blurred together, folding into one another. I felt the bones of my resolve splinter. I mouthed soundless pleas in my head, rehearsed words that would never find breath. I cried inwardly until the tears dried on the inside of my skull. And when they finally let me stagger back to my bunk one morning, I wasn't the same. I could still move. I could still think. But the part of me that knew how to scream had been caged. They even took away my notepad and pens, leaving me with no form of communication and no hope. A week later, the police came. I'm still not sure how or why. Maybe one of the parents called them? No idea. But who am I to question good things? They walked the camp in pairs, shoes whispering over gravel. They were polite men and women with clipboards. They asked questions about facilities, licensing, permits. They chatted easily with the counselors, who smiled like wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. An officer crouched in front of me at one point, helmet under his arm, face open in the way of people who are trained to look for injuries.
"Are you all right?"
He asked.
"You look a bit off. Has someone hurt you?"
My mind played a cruel trick on me then. I had paragraphs of accusation stored like grenades behind my teeth. I could name every room, every hidden hatch, every lie. I could draw them diagrams. I could tell him about Mara, who was still missing, about the measuring devices, about the way they used pain against us, like a twisted science experiment. I could map the whole place like a crime scene. But my throat closed. I wanted to speak. I flexed my jaw until the muscles ached. I wanted to let the whole tidal wave of truth loose, to fountain it into the policeman's face. I tried to let it all out, and the sound I made was nothing more than a whisper of wind. The officer frowned, wrote nonverbal on his pad, and stood up. He talked with the counselors, asked about the program's philosophy. They showed him brochures. They explained the bracelets as a biofeedback device with a safety switch. They showed him a sign-in sheet with parental names and signatures, and a therapist's certificate taped in a plastic sleeve. The officer's voice softened.
"There's a therapeutic component to some programs,"
he said, and I heard the conclusion in it before it was formed. He checked the registration. He smiled and made a note about no evidence of abuse. He left, and with him, so did my last chance. I have no idea what's going to happen now, but I know one thing for sure. If another opportunity does come my way, I will be prepared. Someone needs to know what's happened here, and I will be the reason why they find out. That, or I'm going to die trying.